Well, hello. I'm here with Jenny Lawson, President and CEO of Keep America Beautiful, on our next edition of CEOs You Should Know. Welcome, Jenny.
Well, thank you so much.
It's nice to have you here at our iHeart headquarters. And what we'd like to do today is just kind of talk to you and learn a little bit more about yourself and Keep America Beautiful. Can you tell us with Keep America Beautiful right now in 2024, maybe a couple of things you're most proud of that you've accomplished this year?
Sure. Keep America Beautiful is a 71-year-old brand.
Wow.
And I think I am always grateful and awed when you can make a brand that old relevant in more modern times. And so this year, I'm particularly excited about our launch of the Greatest American Cleanup, which is an invitation to everyone across the country to help clean and green cities from coast to coast ahead of our country's 250th birthday. So we launched that this year, and we've just gotten a ton of support and interest from mayors and lieutenant governors and others pledging to help us make this happen, to individuals who are pledging to pick up 250 pieces of litter, which is the key to helping clean it all up.
That's amazing. And I would think that you probably are onboarding new fans of your brand with children and Generation Alpha and Z and Millennials, keeping that brand really relevant with different audiences that are out there, but paying homage to the audience that you've developed over the 71-year time frame. Your journey's been a very diverse one, from community development to leading social corporate change and initiatives. Walk us through your journey and what led you to wanting to lead as CEO for Keep America Beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you. I started in advertising. I in that journey, worked on a bunch of accounts back in the day. And some of those will date me right away, which is I worked on bringing IKEA to the U.S. and some other what were then regional advertising partners.
Yep.
And from there, I started to get interested in the pro bono work at the agency.
Yep.
And pro bono gives you an opportunity to see where businesses sort of meet the community, right? Because you're investing and engaging in activities with nonprofits and other partners that are important to the corporate client that you represent. And from there, my career really was at that intersection of how does community and the business community and their employees really come together to do important work in community.
Yep.
So from there, I went to the Nature Conservancy, the Pew Center on Global Climate Change, which is now C2ES, Points of Light, and each of those were at that seam of where does business meet community and what is that experience like. Engaging volunteers and employee volunteers, working for the environment when I was at the Nature Conservancy.
Mm-hmm.
And so when the opportunity came up at Keep America Beautiful, I had all the volunteering that is core to what Keep America Beautiful is about, and then that experience with the environment and engaging communities along
Right.
that seam once again.
Yep.
And so it was a natural because it also started with advertising. So it was
Right.
this chance to bring my career together. When the opportunity came in front of me, you have a moment. I said,
This is the moment.
of course, this is exactly what I was supposed to do.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. This is CEOs You Should Know. We're here with Jenny Lawson, President and CEO of Keep America Beautiful. So before Keep America Beautiful, I want to expand on something that you just said. You led civic innovation efforts at Points of Light, working on with companies on their social change goals. How can corporations today collaborate more effectively with nonprofits like Keep America Beautiful to make a real difference in sustainability and community engagement?
Yeah. I think that it's a great time for that kind of work. As companies look for more ways to be innovative, nonprofits are terrific test beds for new ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you think about a nonprofit, especially a scale nonprofit like Keep America Beautiful, some of the big ones, they have the capacity to help test new ideas in local communities. They also have this amazing ability to really help employees get grounded in their own community and gain that sense of purpose
Yep,
by
agree.
understanding how the company lives and shows up and values the communities where it does business. So people feel connected at work and connected to their communities as well. Those partnerships that link business, nonprofits, and the needs of employees together, that's the sweet spot. And I would say that's one of the biggest lessons I learned and we talked about in my times at Points of Light.
That's great. Yeah, I think that leads me to a follow-up question as well. How does Keep America Beautiful's work inspire people not just to take ownership of their local environment, but to feel empowered to make larger societal changes? So the work that you're doing and how you're inspiring people, do you feel like that lends itself going further and folks wanting to be engaged in their communities and making societal changes?
Absolutely. So the model for change at Keep America Beautiful is really focused on engaging stakeholders and community from the beginning. Right. So we don't come in saying, we're here to show you what to do. We come into a community, and we have 750 affiliates around the country. So That's a lot of communities. And we say, what needs to happen with you here? And we take people on an exploration, some research, talking to stakeholders to figure out what needs to be done, and then help them engage individuals in getting that work done at the local level. That opportunity allows people to take action. So if you feel helpless again with climate change, we have opportunities to say, listen, we know that increased stormwater is going to put more plastics into waterways because of stormwater runoff. Why don't you help us get plastic out of the waterways, come out and help us pick up litter? This is a way you can help to address the challenges of climate change.
Right. How does an organization or a business within a community learn more about you? What's the best way for them to get engaged with Keep America Beautiful? Is it through their corporate community affairs department that would create a discussion? How does that happen?
Yeah, there's two ways. We take calls and emails at kab.org.
Great.
And I think internal to a company, sure, your sustainability team, your CSR team, your social impact team, even through HR and employee engagement. If you have one of these platforms like Benevity, working through Benevity, one of those platforms, you can find our opportunities.
That's great. Again, we're here with Jenny Lawson, President CEO of Keep America Beautiful, on this edition of CEOs You Should Know. And Jenny, I wanted to ask another question. You mentioned the importance of creating lasting change through education and action. Can you share a story where Keep America Beautiful's efforts have had a visible and tangible impact in a particular community? Something you're super proud of. One of those moments that will go down, I guess, as one of the best moments with your time so far at Keep America Beautiful.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, we have 750 affiliates around the country. It's amazing, right? That is a huge
organization.
Yeah. So we'll start with the beginning. So one of our first affiliates was Keep Macon Bibb Beautiful in Macon Bibb, Georgia, right? So Macon, Georgia.
Georgia.
And Carolyn Clayton, who was our leader there, almost since the beginning of Keep America Beautiful. Wow. So she started more than 50 years ago to bring that community together and advocate for originally what was planting tulips.
Yep.
And to date, they have planted, I think it's 300,000 trees.
Wow.
Around Macon, Georgia.
Wow.
So it's absolutely beautiful. Cherry trees that are stunning, and they have instilled a sense of pride in that community, and they get tons of people out to pick up litter, to clean up their parks, and to really build community pride. All the way up to the largest affiliate in our network, which is Keep Indianapolis Beautiful.
Right.
Keep Indianapolis Beautiful did a really important study with the University of Michigan a couple of years ago, where they found that when you move something from a brown space to a green space, a little park in a neighborhood, it has impacts on all sorts of things. Heat islands, all those things, but it also has impacts on gun violence. 12% reduction in gun violence and assault in communities where people are caring for the parks and the green spaces in their communities.
Right.
That's huge.
Massive. Yeah.
You know, in the course of the conversation around an issue like gun violence, you don't expect plant more trees
Right.
to be one of the
course,
solutions.
Yeah. Wow. And that's just in Indianapolis that's having that effect, or
That's
you're
where
seeing
we did the study. We
right.
assume that it would play out, you know, to some degree
Yep.
in other communities across the country.
I have another question. With your experience driving initiatives like Listen, Learn, and Act to End Racism, how do you see social justice and environmental issues intersecting in the communities that Keep America Beautiful serves? And how do these two areas inform each other in your work?
Sure. So much of the way that lack of equity has played out over the years has been in the environmental space.
Right.
So the environmental justice movement is focused on, very importantly, resolving those differences.
Right.
So lower income communities, less diverse communities have more green spaces. So wherever there's higher income, less diversity, there's more investment in green spaces and parks. And so in the environmental justice movement, we focus on solving for that,
Right.
on bringing more solutions for environmental degradation. If these lots and neighborhoods were used for factories and things that have left pollutants or continue to pollute, how do you address that with investments in green spaces and community needs to improve the environment, improve the quality of the air, the land, the water in their neighborhoods?
Yeah.
That is the essence of environmental justice.
Right. Excellent. Are the 700 communities or chapters? How would are there any target areas that you're not in that you're looking to expand in 2025?
What a great question. We would love to hear from the Northwest, right?
Northwest,
So
okay.
back to Georgia, that Carolyn Clayton, she is a powerhouse of a woman who's now well into her 90s. Carolyn recruited 68 affiliates in Georgia alone. So that's a concentration.
Right.
We get out to Montana and Wyoming, and that number goes way down.
Right.
I think because for the longest time, those are pretty underpopulated compared to Georgia and the East Coast. Communities who were handling their waste management issues and their beautification issues on their own. But they're growing too, right? So we would love to see more folks, and you can reach us at kab.org from the Northwest.
And that is kab.org. I wanted to ask you another question. Looking ahead, now that we know where we need to grow Keep America Beautiful, what are some of the key goals and initiatives that Keep America Beautiful is focused on, not just for 2025, but a 3 to 5 year plan? You as CEO, what would you like to see happen? What's top of the radar?
Yeah, so we have been known historically for the iconic advertising for Mother Nature. So environmental advertising,
I think we'd all agree to that. Yep.
is historically what we've been known for.
Yeah.
Those 750 affiliates came along after the advertising, and they're the core of how we get work done. So in the next 3 to 5 years, we want to come back to being that iconic advertiser.
Right.
So I think being a promoter of Mother Nature and how people can help in this moment is really high on our list of what we hope to accomplish in the next 3 to 5 years.
Yep.
We think that this Greatest American Cleanup campaign is a great way to reintroduce that work to the American people.
That's great. I'm sure you will accomplish that and much more, because you have done a fabulous job with Keep America Beautiful. I'm here with Jenny Lawson, and we're chatting about Keep America Beautiful. And Jenny, is there anything that we didn't talk about today that you'd like our new friends from the Northwest that we're going to invite to be part of Keep America Beautiful, or your hardworking chapters like in Georgia that you talked about? Is there anything that we should be covering that we hadn't talked about yet today?
I think I would like to remind everyone that whether there's a KAB chapter in your neighborhood or not, there are things you can do.
Right.
So this campaign invites everyone in America to pick up 250 pieces of litter. Now, 250th anniversary, 250 pieces of litter, a little bit of a fabrication, but the reality is that if every American picked up 152 pieces of litter, we would pick it all up.
Right.
Now,
152 pieces.
Doesn't seem crazy, right? No. We think we can do that. So my request is KAB.org, sign up and pledge to do that. If every American could do that, we would pick up all the litter.
Yeah, especially as you're raising awareness with parents and educators and community leaders. They need to take charge and get folks involved by signing up at KAB.org. Well, Jenny, it's been a pleasure having you on CEOs You Should Know today. Jenny Lawson, everyone, President CEO Keep America Beautiful, doing great things. You can learn a lot more about Keep America Beautiful at KAB.org. Thank you.
Thanks, Alex.